soon as I knew that Marvel were looking for an explosive cameo, there was no one else other than Megan Thee Stallion that I could ever imagine anyone would want.
Hey Jameela, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Listen, we're a Canadian entertainment show, so I gotta start off and give a shout out to Tatiana Maslany, who is so fire this, so funny, so sassy. What's the most Canadian thing Tatiana does?
Oh God, I think she's just so polite. Her politeness, constant politeness is the most Canadian thing about Tatiana.
Well, she brings very good and healthy snacks, I'll tell you that much. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I've worked with a lot of Canadian actors in my day. They're always extremely prepared and extremely talented. So that's not unique. But one thing is wonderful is that she brings extremely good food, has a great foodie taste, and she shares.
And we love seeing you and Megan together on Legendary. And we love seeing Megan Thee Stallion, of course, in this too. And I hear we have you to thank for making that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer. As soon as I knew that Marvel were looking for an explosive cameo, there was no one else other than Megan Thee Stallion that I could ever imagine anyone would want. So knowing already, because Megan and I sat next to each other for 2 years on our show, like we would chat all the time, and she told me how much she loved Marvel, and she was so excited for me when she found out I was joining the MCU. And so when I said to Marvel I might be able to secure Megan, they were so excited, and Megan was so excited, and it was a match made in heaven. It was the easiest thing ever, and she nailed it even harder than anyone could have dreamed she would, you know. And she's a great actor, and I think she's got a good career ahead of her as an actor. She's just a quadruple threat.
She's the best. I love women supporting women. Love that you threw her name in the mix.
Yeah, I want women to share. It's the exact opposite of what I think my character does. My character thinks that there's only room for one, and that's the opposite of how I feel. I want to bring as many women into every room I'm in as possible, especially if one of them is Megan Thee Stallion.
Josh, I gotta say, I mean, this is so cool for so many reasons, but watching Megan Thee Stallion and you have so many moments together, like what was the best part about that? What surprised you about those encounters?
Did I hang out in between takes with her team and just ask them a bunch of questions about what their day was like, how they're doing? Yes, I did. Anytime I got to say Megan Thee Stallion on screen, did your boy have like a little geek out every time? Absolutely. When she was sitting in the back of the courtroom and we were doing that turnaround, come on, everybody was just like, what are we doing? This is awesome in here, folks. This is awesome.
Renee, I love hearing you laugh and just giggle along as we both just like love this moment that we're witnessing right here.
Because I didn't get to be there that day. So I'm vicariously living through him.
Titania is a fabulous character. And it got me wondering, because of course you're a judge on Legendary, how do you think Titania would fare on the show?
Oh, she would slay. I feel like she was born to be in the Legendary world. A lot of her fashion, I think, fits very well with the world of drag and the world of ballroom and all the glitter and the gems and the big hair. You know, I think what makes ballroom so special is that it's a world in which people are celebrating themselves, and I think Titania really does that. She's very much so about getting as much attention as possible. She has zero humility, and she wants to be known and remembered and noticed at all times.
How fun is it to dive into a character like that who just is herself through and through?
Yeah, she's the worst, and I love playing her. She's so fun and she's so free, and she just doesn't care what anyone thinks of her. She kind of does. She wants everyone to notice her and think she's the best, but she doesn't care about how she goes about doing that. You know, there's such a politeness code for women in being likable or doing the right thing or being seen as like saintly and sweet. And I think She-Hulk's kind of wrestling with that throughout the show. Whereas Titania doesn't give a F. She is not concerned. She is by any means necessary. That is her MO. And I think that that's really fun and empowering and not necessarily advisable. But it's really cool to play. You know, I played Tahani, a woman who was completely frozen with being liked by everyone. And so to play the complete opposite of that is a joy.
Renée, you rock the attorney thing. I mean, you rock it in this, you rock it in The Good Wife. If you were in trouble in real life, though, which attorney from which show would you lean on more?
Mallory Book all day, every day. Mallory Book all day, every day. She's definitely the most successful attorney I've ever heard of in my life. In my life, more than what I've played before in my life. No one has a better track record than Mallory Book.
And what's really cool about both of you, you got musical theater in your background. So I'm just wondering, like, what are the chances we're gonna have a musical episode of She-Hulk? Because I would be very, very down.
You didn't, oh, see, I'm giving you the scoop right now. We've been in rehearsals for 2.5 months for She-Hulk the musical. I'm sorry to tell you that. We've been in London. We've been rehearsing. The whole book is already made. We're ready to rock.
I'm actually recording it right behind me here. Can you tell?
Ready. No, for real though. There were definitely a lot of days on set where I think it was always Ginger. Ginger would definitely be the one to start, be like, I'm gonna drop a beatbox. And Ginger would just start beatboxing, and then we'd all have, a little dance party, or somebody would play music on the crew. We had a lot of musical days on set. It was very fun.
Renée, did you have a good time on those days where there was dancing and singing and Ginger's dropping a beat?
Yeah, I had like the most amazing time. There was music everywhere, and we kind of it was just bonding. I have to tell you, just because I'm sitting here, Josh and I have so many connections, but one is that we used to be on Broadway next door to each other. Mm-hmm. I don't know if people know this because it's the first time we've said it in the press. But yeah, we used to be next door to each other, right there. Hamilton was right next door to On Your Feet. And so we had that in common. So I think Josh and I are definitely
Renée,
we have experience.
Renée. Wait, we would
to bring this musical spin-off of She-Hulk. I'm ready, Josh.
Okay, so you know that Hamilton would have just lines of people for a mile outside their stage door. Our stage doors are right next to each other. I'm walking down the street just saying, like, hey, man, if you can't get into that show, this show right here is sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get tickets for that one, this one right here is good too. So you guys know that,
Oh my gosh, I love that story. I love you guys were meant to work together. You were really close on Broadway. Now you're in this show, and I look forward to the musical episode of She-Hulk. So I'll be seeing you soon when we do a big press day for that.
Absolutely.
I wish it was true.
Bye guys, thank you so much.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.